Hey, I'm Sophia. So here's the deal. I'm super passionate about singing, but no one knows it's me. Online, I'm kind of famous as Shining Songbird, but my face is always hidden. Funny enough, my fans probably care more about me than my own family does. Wild, right? But it wasn't always like this. Back in the day, my parents actually treated my twin sister and me equally. Then Serena got cast as the lead in some movie playing the classic mean girl, and everything flipped. Suddenly, I'm like the invisible twin. Oh, my parents? They run a big law firm. My dad's an attorney and my mom's basically one of the top lawyers in the country. And my perfect sister, Serena, yeah, she's a big-time actress now, totally soaking up all the attention. And me? I'm just Sophia, the nerdy twin who loves books, school, and getting straight A's. The only thing I'm better at than Serena. Oh, and if you're into crazy stories like mine, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Out of a Book, because trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Oh, girl, are you talking to Ghost again? Yeah, I'm chatting with Ghost. Why don't you join us, Serena? You'd make the perfect witch. Please. I play witches in movies, and guess what? People love me as a witch, too. Can't really say the same about you, though. Ugh, she just barges into my room and starts making fun of me? Typical Serena. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Serena. Aw, don't be so sad, Witchy. I still love you. Anyway, I'm heading out for my last shoot, so make sure to tell Mom and Dad since they're not home yet. See what I mean? Miss Perfect Serena over here. She has everything, looks, talent, and most importantly, Mom and Dad wrapped around her finger. Growing up, everyone would gush about her beauty or her acting skills. Sure, we're twins and we look alike, but I'm the nerdy one who loves school and she's always the star. When she's around, it's like I'm invisible, even to my own parents. That's why I can't help but resent her sometimes. My parents only ever praised me during parent-teacher conferences, and that was like forever ago. It's not that I'm jealous. Okay, maybe a little, but it's human, right? To want your parents to love you as much as they love your sister? Anyway, Mom and Dad are off at some fancy party, so I've got the house to myself. Oh shoot, I almost forgot. I need to do a segment for my channel. Surprise! I'm actually Shining Songbird, and I've got 10 million followers. Nobody knows it's me though. Time to get started, but first, let me tape over my camera. Don't want any accidental face reveals. Are you in a relationship, Shining Songbird? Come on, guys, that's a bit too personal. I can't answer that. Okay then, who's your crush? A crush? Oh, wow. Okay, the last time I had a crush, it was this guy from my microbiology class. Can't even remember his name now. And then out of nowhere, I blurted out Damon's name. Like, what was I even thinking? Damon's so not my type. I tried to stay calm and keep answering questions, but then my phone started ringing from some random number. I ignored it, but when it rang again, I had to end my live stream. I was so mad. Whoever this was, they were seriously ruining my vibe. I picked up the call, ready to snap, but the second I heard the voice on the other end, my heart stopped. Serena had been in an accident. I had so many questions racing through my mind. I jumped in my car and drove like crazy to the hospital. When I finally got to Serena's room, I saw her lying there unconscious on the bed. I felt my stomach drop. Doctor, is she going to be okay?
She's weak and has some wounds. She'll need complete bed rest.
I felt a mix of sadness and fear. I mean, Serena might be my annoying twin, but she's still my sister. Just then, Mom and Dad burst into the room, tears in their eyes.
Sophia, how could you be so irresponsible? You should have called us right away.
Seriously? I managed everything on my own and now I'm getting blamed? As usual, Serena makes me look like the bad guy even when it's not my fault. Why does everything always have to be about her? As I was lost in my thoughts, I heard Serena's weak voice. Mom, Dad, why can't I move? My leg hurts. I feel so weak. Just rest, Serena. You need it, please.
For once, Sophia, you're right. Serena, just rest.
I couldn't stand it anymore. Even the nurse looked at me like I was a villain. For my parents, it's always Serena who matters. I stomped out of the hospital and headed to a nearby cafe, one of those trendy spots everyone talks about. I flopped down and before I knew it, tears started streaming down my face. People were staring at me and I felt so embarrassed. Why does it always feel like no one cares about me? Then out of nowhere, a waiter appeared at my table and placed a cup of coffee in front of me.
Excuse me, ma'am. That gentleman who just left ordered this for you.
I looked up and saw a guy walking out, giving me a little wave with his hand. He was wearing a hoodie, so I could only see his eyes, but he was tall and well-dressed, kinda hot. I was so flustered, but I managed to smile back and say thanks. What must he think of me? Some random girl crying alone in a cafe? But when I took a sip of that coffee, it was amazing. It truly made me feel a bit better. I finished my warm drink and decided to head home feeling just a little less invisible. When I got home, I still wasn't in the mood to deal with my parents. I crashed on my bed and drifted off to sleep. The next morning, I woke up late, missing my classes, and felt totally out of it. I texted my professor with some excuse about a family emergency, which, let's be real, was kind of true. Then decided to check on Serena, so I headed to her room. As soon as I walked in, I heard her yelling at Mom and Dad. Mom! Dad! I have a contract! I can't just miss events like this. My whole career could be over.
Sweetie, don't worry. I'll talk to the director. He'll understand.
No, Mom, I need to be there. It's crucial for my movie. Being present could make it a huge hit. But, Serena, you need to rest. Look, you can afford to rest, Sophia. You're the useless one, not me. I'm Serena.
Girls, stop fighting! Here's an idea. You're twins. Why doesn't Sophia just pretend to be Serena? That way Serena can recover without any lasting issues.
Mom, she could never be me, even if we are identical twins. Seriously, Serena? You're just a rich jerk with an empty head and a trash-filled heart.
Sophia, please try to understand it's important for all of us.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. For 17 years, it's always been about Serena. Every single day. It's like I don't even exist. All my parents ever see is Serena, Serena, Serena. And now they want me to pretend to be her? Fine, Mom. I'll do it. For you. I agreed, but only because I wanted to make my mom happy for once. Serena quickly gave me a rundown of how to act, what to wear, and everything else I'd need to know. And, oh, great, I'd also have to fake date her co-star Damon for the publicity. Perfect. This was already getting way too complicated. Bottom line, being Serena seemed like it was going to be a nightmare. My mom helped me to change my hairstyle and even my clothes. I looked in the mirror and, wow, I actually looked exactly like Serena. Great, now go out there and be me. So I was all dressed up and ready to play Serena. Her manager sent me a schedule and surprise, surprise, most of it was dates with Damon. I headed to this super fancy restaurant trying to channel my inner Serena. When I walked in, I saw Damon. He looked just like he walked out of some Greek god catalog. I started walking toward him, feeling more nervous with every step. I've never been this nervous, not even during my hardest exams. But the moment I sat down, he said something I didn't expect.
You're not Serena.
Oh my goodness. How did he know? I tried to play it off, but he told me he could just feel it. Weird, right? Anyway, as we talked, I realized he wasn't like the media made him out to be. He was actually pretty cool. Just as I was starting to relax, I noticed someone across the restaurant taking pictures of us. Damon, someone's taking pictures of us.
Relax. It's good for the movie.
He was so calm about it, like it was totally normal. But he was also sweet and kept making me laugh, and for a moment, I felt comfortable. Then out of nowhere, a swarm of paparazzi started heading our way. I froze. What if they figured out I wasn't Serena? But Damon grabbed my hand and his security team got us out of there.
So, what's your name really? And why are you pretending to be Serena?
He seemed genuinely curious, and I figured, why not tell him? When I was through explaining, he laughed and said I was nothing like Serena, which, thank goodness, is true. As he drove, he pulled up Instagram and oh wow, our photos were already going viral. People were saying we were the perfect couple. But then I got a text from Serena. Good job. As Damon kept driving, I couldn't help but notice how perfect he seemed. Kind, caring. Nothing like my sister. I didn't even realize we'd arrived back at my house. I got out of the car, waved goodbye, and he smiled like he didn't want me to leave. I felt my cheeks getting warm. What is happening to me? After a few more very public dates, I knew my time pretending to be Serena was almost up. But there was one last date with Damon. When I got to the venue, I realized it was one of the most expensive places in the country. Something seemed off. I felt uneasy. It wasn't the usual flash flurry of paparazzi watchers making things awkward and hard, but it was something. As Damon walked toward me, his smile made my heart melt. Oh man, was I seriously falling for him? I had just determined to let go of the uneasy feeling and relaxed in Damon's company when suddenly someone started running toward me. I panicked, thinking, this is it! I'm about to get exposed! But then out of nowhere, Serena appeared and kicked the person away. Security, get him out of here! My hands were shaking, but Damon and Serena calmed me down. I asked her, what was she doing here? I came to check on you. All the time alone, watching you and Damon from my screen made me introspective. I had been doing better and really wanted to see you and Damon in person, but then I saw that guy trying to attack. I had to help. Sophia, I'm sorry. I've been really horrible to you. And I know your secret. You like Damon, don't you? I started blushing up a storm, and Serena gave Damon a little nod.
Sophia, I'm not doing this for a publicity stunt. I'm asking you, not Serena. Will you go out with me?
My heart felt like it was going to explode! While I was stunned speechless, he confessed he had been the guy who bought me coffee at the cafe that day that felt like forever ago. Everything clicked into place. With Serena smiling and cheering me on, I said, "Yes, Damon, you're exactly who I've been looking for." I'll leave you two lovebirds to, well, this. And Sophia, I'm really sorry. I'll work on being a better sister from now on. And just like that, I found love, my sister wasn't a villain anymore, and even my parents started to appreciate me. I guess, in the end, things really can change if you're brave enough to take a chance.